Good morning. This is Brian from C620 Nutrition, and it has been a long time since I made a video. I think the last one I made was whenever I announced that I was leaving Anytime and doing C620 full time, and that was like 14, 15 months ago. But I am going to start to do the YouTube thing a lot more because it will enhance the client experience because I enjoy having really smart clients. And so that's one thing I told them whenever the new year rolled around to look forward to new things coming in the first quarter of 2015 was a lot more video content. So I'll be doing 2 training videos a month, 2 vlog videos a month, and then with clients, we have different things, like webinars and constant contact blasts and stuff like that. But really just to enhance the experience more. But so majority of this will be for my clients because I don't have a big YouTube follow or anything. But everyone will be free to watch these, so I hope you enjoy them. I hope you learn something from them. Maybe change your perspective or it can help in some way. I love legitimate conversations. I won't respond to trolling messages or anything like that in the future simply because I don't have time. Running your own business is all consuming, and I do a lot of other stuff, so I just don't have time to argue about dumb stuff when I most likely won't change their perception and they're not going to change mine. And people on YouTube can just be really nasty. So I'll just get it out the way. Not going to respond to trolling. So this vlog is going to be pretty quick because I'm about to go train, and that's pretty much why it's going to be fast, and I tend to ramble. But this is something I really wanted to talk about. I ran into a good buddy of mine yesterday, Ethan. He's one of my closest friends, and he preps with me as well. And Ethan, ever since he switched to me, has brought just an insane package, and that's not on me. He's the one who has to put in the work. So by no means am I taking credit for his results, and that's one thing I can't stand is coaches that try and say they did all the work. We as coaches give a plan, but they have to follow it. But we ran into each other, and I was telling him, I'm making a video log that I want to entitle The Lost Art of Suffering. Because getting in insane contest shape, you just don't see it much anymore. And it really boils down to the fact that bodybuilding is such a tough sport. And it really hurts to get in winning condition. I do believe in optimal programming and optimum nutrition. Optimal nutrition, not optimum. That is not a plug. They don't sponsor me. But optimal nutrition, and yes, you can do things to try and keep your hormone profile as healthy as possible. And nutrition and training needs to be a perfect marriage, so things respond according to plan. You like that C620 tat? Yeah. But at some point in prep, regardless if you started off at a relatively low body fat percentage or high body fat percentage, and regardless really of what your food intake is, if you're getting in winning condition, there's going to be some suffering involved simply because you're pushing your body outside of its zone of homeostasis. We all, it's commonly called a theoretical body fat set point, where basically saying your body likes to return to this zone. So getting your body outside that zone to the extreme and getting very lean, is really fighting your body's natural instincts. But in the same breath, that also means that getting extremely heavy is also fighting your body's natural instincts. So your body likes to stay in the zone of homeostasis, and typically there's a body fat percentage that you're just comfortable with. And your body, a lot of people or a lot of athletes resort right back to that after a show or fairly quickly after a show. So anytime you start to pull your body outside of its comfort zone, naturally your body is going to resist that. And especially as you get leaner and leaner and leaner, your body's going to try and fight you more and more as a survival response. And what I mean by that is, as you keep decreasing your body fat, it's going against your natural instincts and your self-preservation instincts. So when you're getting rid of body fat, you're essentially getting rid of stored energy, or energy it could potentially use if your body was ever in a period of starvation or famine. So as you get leaner, your body is going to fight you along the way. Some aspects is going to fight you with lethargy. Some aspects is going to be extreme hunger, food cravings. Lots of different things. And just to simplify that is, okay, well, the two biggest things are going to be lethargy and hunger, and probably a little bit of a grumpiness or a bad attitude. But like I tell all my clients, if you treat someone poorly because you don't feel good because of a sport you chose to volunteer into, shame on you. Because no one's holding a gun to our head and making us compete and making us diet and put out this workload. We choose to do this, so we shouldn't let our preps affect our mood, and certainly not affect how we treat people in any situation. So in a general sense, let's just talk about the two biggest things, hunger and lethargy. Take something complicated and make it super simple. You're doing more work, you're losing body fat, you're decreasing stored fuel. Your body says, hey, we're outputting too much. Let's slow everything down. So, lethargy is a big one because your body wants to conserve energy. Pretty simple. And also, your metabolic rate will downregulate at some point. Now, I'm not saying metabolic damage. I am saying every diet does have metabolic adaptation. And so, I do very much believe in metabolic capacity and building that in the off season so you have a better window to pull from at the beginning of prep and throughout prep. And in some cases with clients, I can add food most of prep. That's pretty rare though. And also a lot of factors go into that, whether you're natural or enhanced and your starting body fat percentage, etc. But, Ray, sit down. I forgot what I was talking about. Let me yell at my dog. I just completely forgot. So we'll just jump on to hunger and hopefully it'll pop back in my head. Oh yeah, hunger and metabolic adaptation. So every diet is going to have metabolic adaptation and downregulation. The same reason why you get tired. Your body senses that you have a higher workload and your caloric intake lower. It's a survival response. It says, let me slow everything down, including your metabolism, so you burn less, so you can last longer, survive. Your body does not care about bodybuilding. It cares about survival. And when I say you can do things optimally with your nutrition and training to keep your prep as healthy as possible, depending on what division you're competing in, specifically for women, you don't necessarily have to lose your menstrual cycle. Like women's bodybuilding and women's physique, getting extremely lean, typically you'll lose your cycle because, reproduction is not essential to you surviving. That's why a lot of women do lose their cycle. But if you're, bikini or figure, most of my clients don't really lose their cycle and get in winning condition. So a big part of that is nutrition. And nutrition definitely has a big role, but we're not talking about nutrition today. We're simply talking about the lost art of suffering and why people have to suffer. Because as your body adapts to the stimulus you put in it, you have to alter your stimulus input and output in order to keep eliciting a response. And this video is not with anyone in mind except myself, because I've been competing years. Last time I competed, I looked okay, but I want to bring something really, really special to the stage this year, and I know that that's going to really, really, really take a lot of suffering, because I'm not a naturally lean guy, and I don't like being extremely lean in the off season, which next off season I'll probably stay a little bit leaner just because it's going to be a really tough prep. But all preps on some level are going to be very tough because of what you're trying to do to your body, and because of physiologically you're going against all your natural instincts. So the reason why I want to tie this, I already talked about this, but the lost art of suffering is you just don't see really good conditioning anymore, except for my clients. And my friends' clients. I have good contest prep friends, or good friends who are coaches as well. Um, so I'm not being an a-hole or anything. But I'm really blessed that my clients come in great shape. And the reason why I say I'm blessed is because I get to work with individuals that are workhorses and put forth the effort that's needed to get in that conditioning that reflects well upon my company and my brand. Not sure I advise, but they still have to do the work and stick to their diet and training. So kudos to them and thank you. Um, but in line with that, people see my clients and they know I do things differently, so they come to me. And they think because I do things differently that all my clients have easy preps or they're not tough at all, and that's just not the case. Like I was talking about, I ran into Ethan. He stayed in really good shape this off season. So we only have to pull maybe 15, 16, 17 pounds to get him in winning condition. But even though it's not that much total weight, you better believe he's still going to really, really, really suffer because it doesn't feel good to be in the essential body fat range and so far outside of homeostasis. So this is really an encouragement, and I'll probably come back and watch this myself in a couple weeks or every week. But do what you set out to do. This is not an easy sport. It's a solitary sport. You can have a coach, you can have a team, but it's still very much individual effort. And when you set out to do this, you had a goal in mind and you envisioned yourself looking a certain way on a certain date, and that's going to take a certain amount of effort, okay? So time, sweat equity, and consistency, those are the big three that you've just got. Time you have, consistency is up to you, and sweat equity is up to you. And this video may upset some people. Prep can be 100% healthy and you don't have to suffer. 95% of people who will say that, I will not be impressed with their conditioning. There's a big difference between being 6% body fat and being 3% body fat. While it may only actually be 4, 5, 6 pounds, that 4, 5, 6 pounds, that's a lot of suffering, and bodybuilding is sort of like a marriage. There's going to be some days where it's really tough. There's going to be some days you don't love it. There's going to be some days you want to quit. But do what you set out to do, finish what you started, and bring something really special to the stage, because you don't want to be on stage and look back and have regrets. So that's it for today. Let's make the art of suffering not a lost art anymore. Embrace it. Embrace the hard times. And like I said, I'm not saying that all preps need to be suffering from day one. What I am saying is the leaner you get, the better condition you get in, most likely the tougher it's going to be, especially if you started out at a higher body fat percentage. If you started off in the 20s or 30s and you're looking, for females, if you're looking to get to like 10, 11 range, and men, you're looking to get to 3, 4, 5 range, just be prepared and buckle in. But the beauty of this sport is in self-improvement. So speak positively to yourself. I'm really big on positive affirmative affirmation. Wait, that's the same thing twice. Positive affirmative self-talk. There we go. Speak to yourself, because those who say they can do, those who say they can't don't. So don't go into prep saying I can't. Go into prep saying I will. It's positive and affirmative. Never speak in negatives. But finish what you started this year. Be a better you year to year, because that you can do. But also, don't be afraid to get down and dirty and do something this year that you'll remember. And like I said, that last part, I was really talking to myself. I love y'all. Brian C620 signing off. Subscribe. What will be on the channel, because I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, will be fitness, bodybuilding, nutrition training, obviously, guns, and Jesus. So if you like any of those things, feel free to subscribe. Bye, y'all. Oh, also, since you finished watching the video, if y'all want some sweet Batman C620 inspired shirts, 10% off because I gotta get rid of them.